It's one of the first co-production that is happening between India and Australia. And the journey of this film began almost around 4 or 5 years ago. And I was on the verge of making a lot of short films, and I came up with this idea. And the way I got the idea was my mother-in-law from India. She came from India and she was staying here in city. And I was just noticing the conversation between my mother-in-law and my son Kian. He's just standing here. He was like 7 year old at that time. And I saw the conversation. It was very humorous because he was saying in English and she couldn't understand anything, and when she was saying in Hindi, he couldn't understand anything. And I was looking at this conversation. I thought it's a very cute conversation happening, a lot of miscommunications and barriers and problems. But then I was also thinking that this problem can become a huge problem. Like, it's a small problem, but it can actually become a huge problem. And I started doing a lot of research, and I came across this problem not only in India but across the South Asian countries, across the Asian countries like China. Every lot of grandparents face this problem because people migrate to the English-speaking country, and the kids grow in this English-speaking country, and the only language that they speak is English. And then there is this barrier between two generations. And I came up with this idea. I thought that, okay, fine, this is a nice concept, and no one has really talked about this problem and this concept. Let me do something. And I started writing a small short story, and I created a short film out of it. And Kian, he acted in that film. And then I started I started putting it into the film festivals, and a lot of my friends and family members started watching the short film, and everyone was very emotional, and everyone was with the idea that this is really a problem. And the way I was getting the feedback from everyone, I thought, okay, fine, I think I'm on the right path. Let me try to get this story onto a huge platform. So I removed that short film from the social media, and then I of course Aniket and Jay, they were part of the short film as well. And then I started doing this discussion, how we can make it global, how we can bring it onto a platform so that a lot of people can see it. And then that was the moment we started writing, converting the short film into a feature film. And when I was writing it along with Jay, when I was writing the word grandma, the only name that was coming to my mind who can play this role was, of course, Neena ji. So that's when this thought process started, that if I make this short film, I really would want Neena ji to play the role of grandma. And that was somewhere around 3 or 4 years down the line. And then, of course, we wrote the feature film, and then we started onto the journey of getting Skin Australia. So Skin Australia is a government body in Australia who associate with the project, and they were on board. And then I went to India along with Aniket, and we met Neena ji's manager Herman, and then the story just began from there. The moment she was ready to be a part of this project, then everyone got excited, and that was the moment when we know, okay, fine, now we are making this film. And then things started flowing in. Mihir came on board, and yeah, we are here now. Just 21 days of the filming has happened, and we have got 9 or 10 days to go.
You're in this beautiful location. So we have been here for around a week and a half. So we have a couple of days to go. So it's actually real filming location. And a lot has happened in the last 20 days or something. Just 10 more days to go. Neena is actually going back in 5 days or something.
Yeah.
So we're going to miss her through the set. And Mihir is here till the 12th and the 13th, so we're just about to finish. But Neena, it'll be great to get your reflections on how this is going. Obviously, this has become an embed-editorial film because it's the first India-Australia collaboration. How are you feeling? How's the social side of things? How's the filming side of things?
Yeah, it's been a very good experience here. I didn't shoot for a long time initially. Now my shoot was towards the end because of some date adjustments. But I quite like the way he's shooting the film also. The most important thing what I like is that, so basically it's an emotional film. Plus it's a musical film. We have Guy Sebastian also with us. He's acting also. So what I like is that there's less dialogues, and uh, more importance is given to the emotional side, to the moments, uh, moments. There are a lot of pauses. I like it. I like this kind of filming. Jahan the dialogue bol ja, I don't like it. So here it has been a very nice way of filming, where आराम से कहते हैं ना मोमेंट का स्वाद चख के हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, which is a very important thing. And I think if we have enjoyed, if the actors enjoy a film, then people, viewers also enjoy the film. मैं तो ये कहती हूँ जैसा डायरेक्टर होता है वैसी पिक्चर भी बनती है. हाँ, अब सोच लो. अभी भी 10 दिन बाकी. So it's been very nice, and we have very good co-actors even for smaller parts. Like I remember एक मेरा सीन था जहाँ मैं बीमार हो जाती तो एक वो आया था पैरामेडिक, वो मेरा ब्लड प्रेशर ले रहा था, ऐसे एक छोटे से रोल के लिए बुलाया था. He was so good. He was such a good actor. So हमारा जो गैंग है पूरा ब्री and all these people very nice. सिर्फ यही गड़बड़ है बस. So it's been nice.
No, thank you, Neena. And obviously, you are coming from the sets of Archies. So how was the feeling? And obviously, you had to work very hard.
मेरी से गरीबी में आ गया.
Now you guys will see the film and you will tell if it's good enough. But yeah, so that was one challenge, and of course then learning guitar, because I'm playing a guitar in this film. And as I said, I think I'm made for musicals, because whatever project I do, I have some musical instruments in it. Like the last film I was doing, I played drums in it. I play a mouth organ. In this film I had to learn a guitar. And that's one beautiful thing about this profession, that you get to be everyone. You get to be a guitarist, you get to be like an office going guy. So you can be everyone. Like that's one beautiful thing about being an actor. And yes, the first time I remember, it was on a Zoom call when Ali, Jay and Aniket, they narrated me the script. And I was sold. On the very first narration, I was like, I have to do this. It's such a beautiful concept and such a unique film. I have never read something like this before. And I was like, okay, I have to do this. I really have to do this. And yeah, I was on board then. And to be honest, this is their first feature film, and it doesn't feel like a first feature film at all. It's so smooth. We are not facing any problems here. They are running on time. The schedule, everything is on process, and they are pretty much like the pre-production, and they are very much ready. On the very first day of shoot, they were like really ready for the shoot. So it doesn't feel like their first production or their first feature film. It feels like you've done almost like 10-15 films before this.
Ooh, okay.
So I want to say that.
We've not paid him to say this. He's coming from the heart, and he's not acting.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm honored. I'm grateful to be a part of this. And of course, what better place to shoot than in Sydney? So I'm always like a sucker for overseas shoot. जहाँ देखता हूँ कि हाँ ऑस्ट्रेलिया यहाँ चलो आधा तो उसमें ही मैं हो गया था कि हाँ 50% वहाँ पर हो गया था.
So मेरे next project सोमालिया में.
सोमालिया
वो कहाँ है?
जहाँ सबसे ज़्यादा गरीब.
Alright, we have a lot of questions. Any questions from the audience? Like, I'm happy for you guys to ask on our behalf.
I think first question probably say something in your Aussie slang that you've learned.
Aussie.
We'd love to hear that.
Putting on the spot.
Putting me on the spot.
Water.
It's just basically when I started, I have an accent coach on set. So we started with the basics first. Like, we say A, E, I, O, U. Like vowel sounds. So it's like A, E, I, O, U. It's like more stretch. It's like A, good day, mate. Like that's like a very basic thing. जैसे अगर बाहर से कोई इंडिया आते तो वो नमस्ते करते. मुझे तो good day mate वैसे ही है कि good day mate, which is not very common here. I feel it's like there's more to Australia and Sydney than just good day mate. Because whoever you meet is like वो सीखा like just बोल कर दिखाओ mate, बोल कर दिखाओ ये बोल कर दिखाओ, which is not really common here. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it's a mixed accent. It's not just Aussie accent. So my character stayed in a lot of places in Dubai, Canada. So he's got a mixed accent. So yeah, and Guy Sebastian is also a part of this film, as Neena ji told. He's playing my dad in this film. and he's also got a accent in this film, which is not an Aussie accent. So you'll get to know when you watch the film.
So guy, he's doing Indian accent and he's doing Australian accent. So they are meeting somewhere in the middle.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Avocado sandwich.
I did, but बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे.
That's a lie.
लेके जाओगे? वेजिमाइट बॉक्सेस पैक कर दिया है मैंने.
बिल्कुल हाँ.
वेजिमाइट खाती मम्मी याद आ गई.
आंटी को बुला लिया.
I've just got maybe something more on a serious note. I think I absolutely resonate with the concept of the movie. I took my kids to India for the first time in 10 years, and the conversations they were having, living at their Masi's house with their maids and servants, it was hilarious. They couldn't understand English, and they couldn't understand their Hindi, but they were still having a conversation, and they were getting through it. So it's such a very renowned, I think, like a very real-to-life concept.
Yeah.
We've experienced it in life. And it needs to break somehow, right? Like this barrier needs to stop. Like,
So I had a Riyaz question, and because music is such a big part of this, and when we learn music, the idea is that Riyaz is very simple because it's given to us, right? That this is what you should do. Do these paltas, repeat them over and over again, and you can sing that rag. But acting, if you could share your knowledge on how does Riyaz work as an actor? Like how do you learn to own yourself and become somebody else, because it's so.
But before going there, so I always say, for an actor, my body, full body is the instrument. बंद नहीं कर दो. एंड उसको शार्प करके रखना पड़ता है. जैसे क्रिकेटर्स होते हैं जो बाहर जाते हैं, वहाँ के खाने से पेट नहीं खराब हो सकता उनका, बिकॉज दे हैव टू प्ले इन द फील्ड फॉर आवर्स इन द सन इन द कोल्ड. द सेम वे दिस इज एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट, इट हैज टू बी शार्प ऑल द टाइम. I can't let it go. And the older you get, the more care you have to take. That's number one. Number two, what is required is, which is required in every profession, is concentration. I sometimes can read a whole page of a book without reading it. I'm thinking of something else, but I read it. So, शुरू में जब हम एक्टिंग करते थे तो ऐसा ही होता था. वो एक्सपीरियंस है कि व्हेन आई वाज टॉकिंग टू यू इन अ मूवी, आई वाज जस्ट रट लिया मैंने डायलॉग एंड आई वाज थिंकिंग ऑफ माय नेक्स्ट लाइन, और आई वाज थिंकिंग ऑफ समथिंग एल्स, ऑफ माय फूड फॉर लंच or something. So then it is not the greatest of acting. So what I have learnt is these two things. और हम लोग को वॉइस ट्रेनिंग वगैरह तो हम करते थे. I'm from School of Drama, I'm from theatre, so there's more discipline. There has to be a lot of discipline. Like अगले दिन सुबह शूटिंग है तो हम रात को लेट नाइट नहीं करेंगे, all that kind of a thing. And like for Panchayat, I have shot for 3 seasons, third is coming now. 2 seasons I have shot in 47-45 degrees in open air. Okay, so to survive that you needed a lot of discipline, and you have to take care of yourself. So what ultimately I have learned, what you need for acting is that you have to mean what you're saying. I can talk to you without meaning it also, because experience ho gaya. So once Mr. Shyam Benegal told me, I did a movie with him, and he was very upset with my acting. So I said, what happened? He says, you are not meaning what you're saying. He could get it, So छोटे छोटे जो बात होता है ना, उसी से अच्छा performance आता है. Number one, you mean what you're saying. For that you need concentration for that moment. The second is you listen to what the other actor is saying. We are sometimes not listening. Action reaction बोलते हैं पर हम करते नहीं हैं. अभी भी sometimes इतना एक्सपीरियंस होने के बाद भी कई बार मेरा माइंड कहीं चला जाता है. वो जैसे स्पोर्ट्स में बोलते हैं ना, आई ऑन द बॉल. यू हैव टू कीप योर आई ऑन द बॉल, देन यू कैन नेवर गो रॉन्ग. But then you don't do it sometimes. So this is what I have learned. Everybody has their own way of working out their talent. But this is what I have learned.
And Mihir, at the beginning of the journey, what would be your thoughts on the same thing?
So I've never trained myself as an actor. I've done a lot of street and stage plays in college, and I just believe acting is a basic understanding of emotion. And I'm from Jamshedpur in India, Jharkhand. So I did a lot of street and stage plays there, and that's how it started. I was a dancer in school, then a beatboxer, and I was always inclined towards performing arts. But yeah, I mean, acting, I just wanted to become an actor because acting is an amalgamation of everything. You get to do everything, as I said. So yeah, I chose acting, and as I said, it's just a basic understanding of emotion, and I've never trained myself. So, and when you're working with Neena, you just react to her and you can act. Because she's just so good.
He's lying.
Right.
No, I'm serious.
So just on the note,
you're a beatboxer.
Yes, you know.
That's a cue.
So just on the note, what Neena ji was saying, that when you're saying something, when you're acting, you need to feel what you're saying, not just say it. So just on that note, I just want to explain the situation, like how when we are doing the emotional scene, especially when I was doing the emotional scene with Mihir, and he needs to cry, and so he said that, you know, I just need 1 minute, and then he just went into this zone, and he started thinking what can make him cry, and started listening to the music. So it's too much of, you know, you need to put too much of energy, and then he said, okay, fine, I'm ready. And then he started rolling, and then he went into the zone, and you can see him crying within a minute. He got the tears. So it's a very demanding and quite challenging for the actors to get into the zone. And the moment after that scene, then you're doing a scene where you need to laugh. So you need to switch on the emotions from one emotion to the other emotions. So yeah.
But to tell you the truth, laughing is more difficult than crying.
Yeah.
Sure.
हमको सीखना पड़ा, क्योंकि हम जब हंसना शुरू करते थे थिएटर में, स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा में, तो शुरू करते ही सारी हवा निकल जाती थी. So there was no air left to laugh.
So आप लोगों को अभी एक ट्रेनिंग मिलेगी जिसमें आप लोगों को हंसना सिखाएगा.
That's my secret. That's my secret to laugh.
वो मुझे पता चल गया ट्रेनिंग.
अरे यार कुछ सीक्रेट है यार हमारे पास है.
हाँ, इंग्रेडिएंट्स छुपा के रखना पड़ता है शेफ को.
Question Mihir for you. So tell us a bit more about how your experience and how your journey has been in the Hindi film industry. How did you start? Then how did projects land up for you and then landing up here?
Okay, so as I said, I'm from Jamshedpur, and I always wanted to like become an actor. And so yeah, I know I had an idea that Mumbai film industry, like film industries in Mumbai, the Hindi film industry. So what better place than Mumbai? So I chose my college there. So I did my schooling in Jamshedpur, and then I moved to Mumbai for my further studies. So I have a reason to stay there. कि मैं सिर्फ acting के लिए नहीं आया, but I'm there for studies. And from the very first day I started auditioning. And I have a friend here in the crowd, Teerth. I don't know where he is now. He was here, but I think he got bored. Anyway, so I did a short film with him, and he saw my story that I'm in Sydney, and he was also in my college. So we collaborated together, and he's here today. So I don't know where he is now, but yeah, anyway. So that's how I started, you know, when I was in college. I did a lot of street and stage plays and short films with friends, and I started auditioning from the very first day. But शुरू के 3-4 साल तो कुछ नहीं मिल रहा था. I was just getting shortlisted for the auditions, but I was never like getting selected for them. My very first on-screen project was an ad with Virat Kohli. It was a Colgate Superflexi ad. That was my entry into the industry in a way. But my first film was Super 30, but I'm not seen in that film now. Like, I'm hardly seen. You'll have to pause and look for me. So, yes, and then Bard of Blood happened, Netflix series, and then, yeah, just auditioning, and the process is ongoing. And I got Hindi now.
There are cheese.
Yeah. Yes.
You mentioned things have been really smooth for the shoot, but I was also wondering whether there have been any surprises or anything unexpected during the last few days.
नहीं एक बार बताओ, हम अपने घर के राज क्यों बताएं?
कहानी घर घर की
वो नहीं बताएंगे, वो हमारे घर का राज है.
So basically, to answer your question in a very decent way, so there are positives and negatives and everything. It's like a yin yang. So, and that's what makes a production a production. Like in a relationship, it has to be like a love-hate relationship. पूरे time प्यार रहा, पूरे time hate रहा, मजा नहीं आता है. So it has to be like ups and downs, and that's what keeps you going. Like, the heart rate. With straight, there's no fun in it. So yeah, वो up down लगे रहते हैं. Yeah. So yeah, that's.
Maybe just one question for Neena ji. I think from the days of Jane Bhi Do Yaro to doing shows like Sans, because that's where I first saw you. My mom was a big watcher, a person who watched that show too. Obviously, doing shows and movies that you're doing now. How do you sustain that? Like, do you sustain that level of energy and enthusiasm? Obviously, being a mother and going through all of that. Like, I mean, I struggle as a mother just doing one role, but how do you sustain all of that? Like, what's a tip or ways for us to cope with this?
See, I have gone through lots of ups and downs, major ups and downs. But somewhere I have this thing of moving on. I'm not bitter about what I didn't get. A lot of people become bitter. कि मेरे को नहीं मिला, अब छोड़ो, अब मेरी भगवान ने. मैंने एक अभी पोस्ट किया था कि हमेशा हम लोग 3 चीज़ें कहते हैं. एक तो ये कि मैं उससे अच्छी थी, मुझे क्यों नहीं रोल मिला, मेरा काम उससे बेटर नहीं मिला, आई डिज़र्व बेटर, ये भी बोलते हैं. ये हम सारा टाइम कहते हैं, पर ये सही भी है, कहते हैं. बट देन आई कांट keep remembering all that and become bitter and sit at home and drink or just wither. I can't. I am not made like that. So I always have a hope. In fact, at this age, after doing so much, 3-4 days back, I was thinking, let me go back to TV. So I am not ashamed of going back to ABC. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed that, I heard. Once I heard, I couldn't believe it, that Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, in between, after being a superstar, didn't I work for 9 years? And one director's son, who is also a director, he told me one story. He said, Sir ne kaha milna hai. He was looking for work. So he says, I called him to the office and I forgot. I got delayed in town. He sat there for 2 hours. When he came, he was so very, because we all respect him so much. He did not say anything कि मेरे को बिठा के रखा कि नहीं. So you have to move on. You can't say कि यार मैं अकेली हूँ, मैं अकेले बच्चा पाला है, तो मैं अभी ये नहीं कर सकती. करना पड़ेगा. नहीं कर सकती तो घर में बैठ जाओ. Get married, cook, eat, get fat. But if you are happy like that, it's okay. I don't have nothing against it. But you have to be happy eventually. I am not happy doing that. So I want to work. I'm the happiest when I'm working. Happiest. Some people are happy doing household work. Fine. But they don't crib कि मुझे वो नहीं मिला. सब कुछ नहीं भगवान देता सबको. किसी को मैंने नहीं देखा जिसको सब कुछ मिला हो.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions and then we'll do pictures and we'll need to start filming as well. Any further?
Yeah, it has been.
From Farooq that whole year now, what do you think has been the actual conversation?
I think because of OTT, it is very easy to, because the cost of production is less and somebody is giving you money, so people are willing to experiment. When you are willing to experiment, the content becomes better always. So that is what is happening today. It's very good content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the last one.
Yeah, just after then.
All right.
My question is around how that you, I don't know if you had the time, both you can do it, to extract the data from people, but how do you find the crowd here? These diaspora here, have you really had anything, have the fans?
भैया यहाँ पे एक वो जो हैं जिन्होंने ये वाला एनिमल प्रिंट का स्कर्ट पहना है ये ना मुझे मेथी का थेपला और भिंडी की सब्जी और आलू दिया इससे ज़्यादा कोई क्या कर सकता है सब लोग अपने घर बुलाते हैं ये मेरे साथ नेहा और ये शॉपिंग करने भी कई बार चली जाती हैं उसके घर में डोसा खिलाया इनके घर में डोसा खिलाया और क्या चाहिए लाइफ में हाँ निर्मला है कहाँ है निर्मला ने पनीर बनाया
अभी है यहाँ पे
ये है ये हमारी कुक हेड कुक
What about you, Mihir? How was fooding journey?
Actually, I love Indian food.
Yeah, we know.
I cannot stay without Indian food. मुझे रोटी दाल सब्जी चाहिए. मैं आया और I was like कहाँ मिलेगा यार खाना घर की सब्जी दाल. So नीना जी ने तो बहुत बार इनवाइट किया निर्मला के हाथ के वो.
बहुत बार नहीं किया मैंने एक दो बार
वो एक दो बार काफी था.
वो फील कर रहा है एक्टर.
पर वो भी बोलती है जब भी आना हो आ जाओ. She's like yo, my kitchen is open for you. And then Jay, like Drishya, Neha, and everyone like Shweta, सबके घर में मीनल के घर सबके घर गया. And everyone here, it feels like a family away from family. So you know पूरे सब सारे इंडियंस ही बना रहे हैं फिल्म मिलकर एंड सबके घर में इंडियन खाना बनता है. So बिल्कुल ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि मैं घर से दूर हूँ.
स्कूल में जैसे हम अपने फ्रेंड्स की टिफिन चुरा लेते थे ना वैसे मिहिर स्मेल कर लेता कहाँ इंडियन फूड
नहीं पहले जब मिहिर आया था तो बोलता मैं हेल्दी खाऊंगा आई जस्ट नीड सैलेड एंड चिकन तो इसलिए थोड़े दिन मैंने चिकन ब्रेस्ट एंड सैलेड किया लेकिन वो पड़ा ही रहता था तो फिर हमने अल्टीमेटली डिसाइड किया इसको इंडियन ही दो.
अभी ईटिंग हेल्दी बिरयानी एंड ऑल हेल्दी बटर चिकन.
Yeah, the last one, Neena ji, I think you're such an inspiration and incredible versatile actress we have seen over the past period of time. And we all go through those challenges in life, ups and downs, but you still keep your resilience high up there. So just as a last question, give us some tips, maybe 2 or 3 to say that kaise isko aap manage karti and how do you keep yourself above water and doesn't sink your toe? And that's very inspirational, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good.
I don't know how I do it.
I just do it.
Obviously, you're very
I just move on.
Move on.
Yeah.
I think that's very good.
I forget. Don't
Yes.
forgive.
Don't,
I don't forgive. I forget. And move on.
Wow, that's good. We all go.
You know, I have why I keep this inside my head. Forget, don't forgive. I am losing money and project. उसका क्या जाएगा वो किसी दूसरे एक्टर को ले लेगा.
Absolutely.
So sensible है कि अपना देखो ना.
That's what you have got a very big heart and deep dive into the heart. No ego at all, and that's what keeps you keep forgiving everything. That's why. Thank you very much. That was very insightful.
Thank you. We'll just do a quick picture round. Whoever wants to take some pictures, we can come here.
Get back a little. Perfect picture, go. Okay, ready and a beautiful smile. Thank you.
ये लाइट बड़ी खराब है.
नहीं मैंने वो सेट किया हुआ है. हाँ आप टेंशन नहीं. हाँ ये बहुत गंदी लाइट है. हाँ
चलो गर्ल्स आ जाओ गर्ल्स. एक बॉय है बस. ये सोचा था मैं हूँ या नहीं.
Ready and eyes open. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay,
We do.
कौन ले रहा है? अपने फोन से ले लो ना पहले. इधर ना.
जब आपने कैमरा में देखना हो तो मुझे इशारा कर देना. Alright, ready and beautiful.
आप
Thank
लोग
you.
हम साइड में हो जाओ ना.
Guys,
मैं क्यों
हाँ
Girls, go on the side, please.
जिन लोगों ने ले ली है वो इस तरफ आ जाए और जिन्होंने लेनी है वो इस तरफ आ जाए.
Make some space here.
थोड़ा क्यू कर लेने
वरुण ले ले आ जाओ. फिलहाल पंखे के सामने रहना तुम. ओके रेडी एंड 1 2 3 ब्यूटीफुल. थैंक यू.
अली तेरे फोन का पापा ले ले मेरे.
All right, ready and 1 2 and 3. One more. Thank you.
Next place.
ये आपने ट्राइपॉड बिल्कुल
एक सेकंड
घुसाया हुआ. Okay, ready and 1 2 and 3. One more. 1 2 3. Thank you.
Sorry.
Who else is there? Come, please.
Next.
Alright, guys, you get back a little. Throw the picture down. Okay, ready and a beautiful smile. Thank you.
ये लाइट बड़ी खराब है.
नहीं मैंने वो सेट किया हुआ है. हाँ आप टेंशन नहीं. हाँ ये बहुत गंदी लाइट है. हाँ
चलो गर्ल्स आ जाओ गर्ल्स. एक बॉय है बस. ये सोचा था मैं हूँ या नहीं.
Ready and eyes open. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, we do.
कौन ले रहा है? अपने फोन से ले लो ना पहले. इधर.
जब आपने कैमरा में देखना हो तो मुझे इशारा कर देना. Alright, ready and beautiful.
आप
Thank
लोग
you.
हम साइड में हो जाओ ना.
Guys,
मैं क्यू
हाँ.
Girls, go on the side, please.
जिन लोगों ने ले ली है वो इस तरफ आ जाए और जिन्होंने लेनी है वो इस तरफ आ जाए.
Make some space here.
थोड़ा क्यू कर लेने
वरुण ले ले आ जाओ.
फिलहाल पंखे के सामने रहना तुम. ओके रेडी एंड 1 2 3 ब्यूटीफुल. थैंक यू.
अली तेरे फोन का पापा ले ले मेरे.
All right, ready and 1 2 and 3. One more. Thank you.
Next place.
ये आपने ट्राइपॉड बिल्कुल
एक सेकंड
घुसाया हुआ है. Okay, ready and 1 2 and 3. One more. 1 2 3. Thank you.
Sorry.
Who else is there? Come, please.
Next.
Alright, guys, 1 ready? 1 2 and 3. Thank you. Ready? 1 2 and 3. Thank you.
आजकल तो साइन कोई लेता नहीं, सिर्फ फोटो ही लेते सब.
मैं भी एक तस्वीर ले लो, पता चला कि आजकल भी जरा थोड़ा सा इन है.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm great.
I am good.
You are. I love your outfit.
Yeah, famous designer.
No, I can't. I'm gonna butcher it.